1 hour later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time card.
That week was probably like my worst
The
week.
worst week, yeah.
Monday, Monday to Friday. No, the funeral was Saturday, no? Funeral
I
Saturday.
think it was Saturday, yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Monday to Friday, I was crying. I was at school. I didn't want to be at school. I was just like, I didn't want to be here. People could see, even the teachers could see.
You were not in the right space,
Nah,
yeah.
I wasn't here at school, and I was angry, man. Like even when I was at school, and then they're like, Ethan, what's wrong? They're like, nah, his friend got stabbed, and then hearing that
Just put you more
just
down,
put
yeah.
me more, and then I was like, yo, just reminded me,
Okay, that constant reminder where people is always bringing that up.
yeah. And then the funeral came, and then I had to read. You must not like reading, and I thought me reading at this service, for me it's gonna be a send off. That should happen.
That proper send off.
Yeah, and then luckily I managed to do the reading, but at the end, what I did was I did the reading, and then the coffin was here. In my mind, I'm telling myself, don't look, and at the end, I just look, and I still had like a few words left, and I took a breath. I said, don't. So you wanted to finish it, and I managed to finish it. When I got there, like you said, for some reason, I always cry a lot. I was crying throughout the funeral, but that video also got me, because I looked up in the corner, and I saw it was a picture of us sitting there on the grass for our confirmation. We were sitting there on the grass, and I was like, we are now there.
That was not too long ago.
We were now there sitting, and now he's gone.
It's gone,
again.
yeah.
And it just took me back to all the times, I think it was either the second or the first Youth Alpha, when we went on camp and we shared a room together.
I think it was the second.
The second one. But you were our youth leader,
Yeah.
something like that. So you had to go to pray sometimes. So you went out. So basically just me and Darren in the room, and then we were just speaking, and then I will show him music, and then he will like rap here. I'm like, okay, you because quiet. And I actually showed him an album of Lil Wayne, and the song's lyrics he used on his Facebook, and it said something about they will only love me when I die, basically. And he posted it, I think, a week before he died, and then he passed away, and I was like, yo,
Like you could tell.
like
yeah.
I showed him the song, and he picked that lyric out, and it happened. I was like, yo, that is one thing that actually,
Well, that will forever be stuck with you, because what you listened, Lucy 9, and that specific line, you just decided to take out of that song.
exactly, and it happened. It's freak, man. When it comes to coping, like coping with the death, coping with the confirmation of it happening, like how did you cope?
Right. I would say I had some sort of a coping mechanism, but what I did was bad, like there's certain things I would do, or I would go to certain people to do certain things. Not gonna.
FBI, open up!
So I wouldn't consider it as a coping mechanism, because it will still be there, even though you don't want to let it go, because it's still a fresh wound, but just to get that thought less, that how can I put it, that to put your mind more at ease, but it's actually making it worse by what I was doing, by the way I was coping with it. So I wouldn't consider it as a coping mechanism because it just made matters more worse in that time. So, yeah, I could call it one, but it's still not one because of how I did it in that moment.
So with how you are speaking, do you feel like you didn't cope yet, like, or did it?
Like, till this day, for me it's like a 50-50 because it's a constant reminder me where I stay, who I am with friends, so what we do, I would always think of, Darren always used to do that, or Darren used to do things like this, or Darren was in a situation like this, Darren was in a situation like that, it's always a constant reminder. So this, like in this moment I'm still speechless because I just don't know how to bring it across, man. Like you want to say so much things, you just don't know how to put it out. Like now, in this moment, there's so many things I want to say. Not that I can't say it, I want to say it, it's just I don't know how to bring it across, man,
Exactly what happened, yeah.
So it eats on me, man, because yeah, I do cope with it. But when a way I cope with it is like, not saying that I don't want to think about it, it's just I'm either too busy at work, then it, once it slips, it's just in that moment, I don't think about it. But when I'm sitting alone, or when I'm with my friends, then that memory comes back, and it's just reliving that constant reminder of, where's Darren now,
No, you see what that mindset, when something comes to me, I either speak about it or I make sure I think about it.
I
So
handle
that-
it differently. I keep it to myself,
Yeah.
I'm beating myself with inside, by not speaking about it, not doing anything about it, knowing I'm supposed to or vent, or not, I wouldn't say really vent, but like just to have a small conversation about what I'm feeling, or even you. Okay, you do it differently, you speak about it, I don't speak about it, I let it beat me up, by keeping it in, knowing I shouldn't do it, because if I speak about it to you or to whoever, knowing that they know how close I was with that, or even that person, but just by speaking to that person could have helped, but I don't do that.
You see, now I used to do that. Like I for some reason I went through a lot of funerals, like a lot. Like it's not even normal how much funerals I went to. I probably went to a funeral every year of my life.
Facts.
Not when I was small. So,
Maybe you have
No.
but yeah, every year of my life.
that you know so long,
Yes.
for so long.
So for all the funerals that I went through, I'm like when I got older, probably like recent years, I was speaking constantly because I felt like sad, and I felt like for me now to speak on it will like just take weight off my shoulders. And it's also recently when I now got a girlfriend just 4 years ago, I was used to speak.
Made me happy, made me smile.
I said, okay, let's make me feel better. Let me speak to other people. And now the more I speak, like the friends I got now, they will be like, oh, you're too honest. But it's just like,
This is who you are.
it's just so I need to speak because I feel like that is how I'm coping. And that is what I did with the whole Darren situation. I spoke to now my girlfriend, and when I got now that song that they played at his funeral, I listened to that, and every time I make sure when I'm sad, I need to take that sadness out. I can't let it somebody because if it stays there, it drags you down, it pulls you down, and that eventually comes to a stage where you feel angry, or you
constant anger,
Yeah, you
depressed
feel-
in every possible
exactly
way.
you feel a way where you don't want to feel. So I'd rather
You just let it consume you
Yeah.
if you don't do anything about it.
and that's actually what a lot of people do. Like they keep that the
pain-
energy,
the pain, yeah.
the pain instead of letting it go. But also they don't have someone to let it go to, which is like the main problem now in the world. If you have no one to speak to, just speak to yourself, listen to music, try to deal with it
Even
yourself.
if you want to get you a small notepad, you know, write down your situation, you
Yeah.
know, it will help, man. Like, I had to learn all that. Like I said, I don't speak, I don't do this, I don't do that. I fell into certain things I shouldn't have fallen into, you know, and I literally went down on the wrong path instead of the right path because of not reconciling or venting to whoever the person is, you know, even if it's just a random stranger you don't know. You go ahead and literally,
Yeah.
you know what I
and,
mean?
and you could have
Just speak about it, man.
you could have, like you said, I went down the wrong path, but you look back at it, you could have taken a better path. You know what I mean? If you like knew, or if you like felt, okay, I can speak to someone, you know what I mean? So that's also what a lot of people do. They almost push themselves into, okay, I'm alone, this is what's gonna help me. Instead of taking a step back, say like, look, yeah, okay, that can help me, but I don't think that is the best option. You know what I mean? They may try to go here, and that's a lot of people go through. But also, now obviously to sort of end it off, if you have one message to Darren, what would it be?
Right. You know, despite Darren's death, I know his brother's feeling it 10 times worse than what we are right now. You know, so yeah, his brother is stubborn as hell. And I know he knows that we are there for him. Yeah, we don't see each other a lot, we don't speak to him as much. I just hope he doesn't think because, okay, his brother's no longer here, we're neglecting him, you know. So when we do see him, I just hope that we can get to speak to him, you know, and then let Darren work through us so that he can become a better person, because I know till this day, from the day his brother died till this day, he's never been the same, you know. Everything turned upside down for him,
So yeah,
you know, because I would say he looked up to Darren, man, you know. Not as much, but you could see that it was there, man. Everything Darren used to do, Robin also wanted to do. The way Darren did it, Robin also wanted to do it that way, you know. So I just hope that Robin comes or finds the peace that he needs to find, you know. Because yeah, we're taking it out, but he's taking it 10 times harder. He's been doing certain things, or what I've heard. I haven't seen, but what I've heard, he's been doing things that we never thought he would do, you know. So I just pray that we can find a way so that Darren can work through us to get him on the right path, you know.
For me, it's just I would like to thank Darren for being in our lives. Since day one, since we seen each other at Sunday school, since we seen each other at school, at soccer, it was just a friendship that no one could break, man. And I appreciate all the times, you know, there was time when he kicked the bread out my hand and then he just laugh it off, and then he will look at me and then I'm freak angry and then I'll just be like, you wouldn't work, and then he will come hug me and say sorry and all that. And just the small things, our conversations, I appreciate our times we played. We played in the road. He will be goalkeeper, flying on the floor. He don't care if he must save, he must save.
Yes.
He enjoyed himself. We thank you for giving us the happiness, the life he gave. We really appreciate it, and even if we didn't show it at times, we meant a lot to us, really. We miss you very much. There's been times we always think about the times that we had, all the camps and everything, you know. But we are hurting. We're trying not to hurt. We're trying to be alright. But also we know you're in a better place. We know that we hope you find. We hope to see you one day again. We can be our group again. And yeah, we just thank you and we appreciate you. Love you very much.